Hello everyone, I am Professor J.B. Jala, Assistant Professor in Electrical Engineering Department of Dr. Subhash Technical Campus. In this video lecture, we learn about decision making process for the subject of engineering economics. Decision making process. It is the process in which we make a decision for any type of problem. We can divide it into two parts. First one is irrational decision making and second one is rational decision making. The irrational decision making process is very simple, in which we simply give a decision like yes or no with no obvious reasons. There is no reason included in it. The second name of irrational decision making is blind eye decision making process, in which we are not giving any type of reason. We simply say yes or no. Like if we want to buy a car because I want to buy it, so it's and simply yes, I want to buy a car. There is no reasons how and why I want to buy a car. The second one is rational decision making. It is an complex process that contains 9 essential elements. Here we shows it. There are 9 steps or 9 essential elements by which we give decisions based on the problem and how many types of solution of it. First step of decision making process is recognize problem. Which type of problem is arise and how to solve it. So it is an starting point in rational decision making that recognize an problem. Here we show some example of decision making process recognize problem. Discovery of substantial amount of mercury in several species of ocean fish. It means says that in the ocean fish it is discovered and mercury. So it's an recognition of problem. Second one is auto accident. It is an problem. Burned motor, exhausted supply of part. It is also an problem which is recognized at a starting point. Second point. Second step is what is our goal or what is our objective. Can be our goal or objective of the company or person. It is an second point. After the recognition of problem, we said that our goal or our objective it is determined there. Here is some example. A personal goal could be to lead a pleasant and comfortable life. It is our goal that our life will be and comfortable. To pay off loan by the end of this year, it is our goal. For any company or firm, the goal can be run profitability. It means that if we have a company or we have a firm, then our goal is run it in profitability manner. The plant must produce an 300 golf cart in 2 weeks. It's our goal that we can produce this type of good in this type of week or month. Third one is assemble relative data. It means and simply collects an relative data regarding an problem and to determine an solution. Good data or information is equal to a good decision. It means that if we want a good decision, then the data collected by us must be good. The source of data is published data and information. It is normally received from any company's data sheet or data published in newspaper or television. Second one is survey. Survey of peoples or survey of company. It is an also reliable data for our problem. Third one is knowledge and experience. It is and most useful. It gives and good data from the knowledge and experience of the employee and the people which will gives and data. In engineering decision making, an important source of data is firm's own accounting system, cash flow, cost and benefit of company's operation. The data will be collected from there. According to data focused on past information, and engineering judgment must be often to be applied to estimate present or future values. It means that based on the past information and judgment given in the past, it gives an data which will gives an good information in present and future. Fourth step is identify alternatives. Identify alternatives means it is the process in which we identify how many types of solutions are available and then we select based on our criteria. So, it is an identify alternative. A good alternative is always desirable and produce an optimal result. It is an important. A good listing of alternative will be produce both practicable and impracticable alternatives. In these alternatives, we have also includes both practicable and impracticable alternatives. Only the feasible alternatives are retained for analysis. Now the fifth step of the decision making process is select the criterion to determine the best alternative. It is the process in which we choose an best alternative which is good for our and our company. For decision making, there must be an criteria to judge which is the best alternative. Here we set an criteria for best alternative selection. Judgment results are typically worth, bad, fair, good, better and best. But among of them, which one we choose, it's relative rather than absolute. Here is an example. A 3 days jail or $200 fine for traffic violation. Which is the best? The best one is pay and fine rather than giving an 3 days jail option. If we choose the 3 days jail option, then our reputation also decreased. We can lose the money earned by us in these 3 days. So, rather than choosing an 3 days jail, we choose an $200 fine for traffic violation. So, it is an not good, but it is an best option which we choose. Now, here we shows an several possible criteria. Based on these, we choose an best alternative. The first one is create least disturbance or to the environment. It means that we can at the time of decision making we also shows an environmental problems. Second one is improve the distribution of wealth among people. It means that we also shows then wealth of people. It also includes an wealth of our employees, our company's employees, and also the wealth of the people who lives around our company. Third one is minimize the expenditure of money. It means that we need to invest some money in these options. So based on this, we also shows that our expenditure will be minimum. Fourth one is ensure that benefits to those who gain from the decision are greater than losses. It means that from our decision there may be and losses in some part and also we get and gain in some parts, but the benefits in this decision is more than the loss. Fifth one is minimize the time to accomplish the goal or objective. It means that in minimum time we can achieve our goal. Our decision must be preferable to that. Sixth one is minimize unemployment. It is also included that the unemployment is not included in our decision. And seven and most useful in which we work is maximum profit we get. So it's an most important. Maximum profit in one normally used in engineering decision making process. When using maximum profit to all problems fall into three categories. If we choose an only maximum profit, then there are three categories. First one is neither input nor output fixed. It means that input and output are unbounded. There is no input limit and no output limit. Here is an example. A firm having more work than it can handle. It means that we handles and more work than we can do. Second one is fixed input. In this we get an maximum profit from fixed input. There is a limit of input in this example. A project engineer having a budget of 35,000 to complete a project. It means we have one project and the input money is limited to 35,000. We need to complete in this amount. We cannot spend more than this 35,000 amount. So it's an example of fixed input. Third one is fixed output. In this, output will be fixed by some criteria. A job of surveying a tract of land. In this, output is fixed that we can survey and land. If we given a land of 30 acres, then we can survey that 30 acres. The output will not be increased from it. The sixth step is constructing an model. Constructing a model means constructing an interrelation between the decision making element in frequently called model building or constructing the model, in which we create an model rather than applying our decision. Here we choose an equation for it. Output is equal to function f of data and information etc. In economic decision making process, the model is always mathematical. What it says, in this we choose and data collects it, the information is collected, then we apply into mathematical model, and then based on this we choose our decision. Seventh one, predicting the outcomes of each alternatives. Means we have 10 solutions, then we shows that how much output will be we gain from that 10 solutions. Based on that 10 outcomes, we predict the results of all of it. A model and data are used to predict outcome of each model. Each model might have variety of outputs or outcomes. So here we shows an example. Selecting motorcycle rather than selecting bicycle may make an fuel supplier happy, but maybe makes neighbor unhappy. It means it has some benefit and some disadvantages. So we shows that all the possible outcomes of that solution. Here is the process of choosing best alternative way. To choose the best alternative way, the outcome from each alternative must be started in comparable way, which are usually in the form of cost and benefit. We must include the cost and benefit in our radar for comparing that alternatives. However, the project may have an non-monetary consequences. Now, this consequence can be categorized in first one is market consequence, extra market consequence, and intangible consequence. In this market consequence, these have estimated market price. Based on the market price, we can predict the outputs. Second one is extra market consequence. They are not directly priced in market. The price will be not directly implemented from the market. Third one is intangible consequence. This cannot be numerical determined. Loss of workers' job due to automation is an example of intangible consequence. It is not predictable from the market. 8.1 is choosing the best alternative. Choosing the best alternative means the alternative to be chosen is the one that meets the choice of criteria after considering both. The first one is numerical consequence, second one is consequences not includes in monetary analysis. Intangible consequence, we also learn about it. And 9.1 and final step of the decision making process is audit of the result. The audit of the result is comparison of what happens against the prediction. If we choose that one option, then what happens if we do it? Did the results of decision making analysis agree with the projections? If so, then economic analysis is accurate, and if not, then find what overlooked. So here is the end of this video of decision making process, and there is a 9 step to find the best decisions among the given alternatives. Thank you.